see that they were taking as much as I was. And so that afternoon after we were married, we had a Jewish wedding in my aunt's house, just the immediate family. And then the reason it was so hurry up was because he had gotten his orders. They were going overseas, and they were getting ready. That was on a Sunday. Monday got the orders, and they were leaving on Thursday. And they were going to be in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and then go overseas. And would I ever see him again? I didn't know. Would he ever see me again? He didn't know. And we were both willing to take that chance. So we by a rabbi, and sure enough, he left on Thursday, and I was to join him in Alamogordo, New Mexico, where I'd never been. The following, I went home to get some clothes, and just to say, I never saw my boss again. And when he hired me, he said, I don't want to hire you. He said, but this is what he said. He said, when you hire pretty girls, they run off and get married. And I said, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I want a career. So I met, then I went down 2 weeks later, and I thought, oh, my God, I don't know if I know what he looks like. I thought, oh, I hope I remember. I hope I recognize him. But I did. And from that moment on, he went overseas. He was gone a year, a whole year. But I will tell you that life with him was like being on a magic carpet. I never had an unhappy day with Norman as my husband. It was just magic. Yeah. And when I think of him now, I get the quivers and the shivers. That's the way. So I was so happy all my life with him. And because he was such a wonderful person. I mean, he was a spectacular human being. Just spectacular. Well, I tell you something. What I found out is that women don't need to have trouble. I mean, we can do anything. We can go any place. And when I went for a job, like the first job I really had for money, was to run, to be the manager of everything of this little shopping newspaper. Now, I saw any I've ever answered, but I thought, what the heck, that sounds good. So I went out and I got the job. And it turned out I had to do everything. I even had to set the printing press for the thing to be, but it was wonderful experience. And the only reason that I quit, which I did, was because one check didn't show up. I didn't get paid for 1 week. And when I went out to see the boss, to see why, well, guess what? He had been drinking, and I couldn't really talk to him. Someone else had interviewed me. So I quit on the spot, and then I didn't have a job on the spot. But I got one right away. I did. I decided I wanted to work in an advertising agency where I could do a lot of writing and creative work. And the little shopping newspaper had done that. And I don't remember. I remember I went to this agency. I didn't even know anybody there. I just went in and said, I'm completely apt for your agency. I could be a good worker, blah, blah. And they gave me a job, but it turned out the job was in billing, which is the last thing I ever wanted to do. But so I sat next to this person who was doing billing, and what did I know about billing? Well, first thing, I could add and subtract and multiply. And so anyway, but I looked in the advertising agency, and I saw the person I wanted to work for. Very creative, interesting. And so, and I said, I think I would be a really good fit working for you. And I'm in your agency already. Would you give me a chance? And it just so happened he needed somebody, and he hired me.
Wow.
And it worked out really well. But I was a little bit worried about him. I had my parents come visit me at the office. And we kissed each other, and they could see that I was really a daddy's girl and a mother's girl. I didn't want any problems, you know what I mean? And so I never had any, never. In fact, he asked me out once, and I told him I didn't go out with married men, and never had anything untoward again, ever. So things have really worked out well. Well, in the early years of our marriage, I stayed home with my children, which is what I wanted to do. And I became very active in civic affairs. I became active in the kids' school affairs. I was like, just in everything. And so when they were older, when Lance, your uncle Lance, was ready to leave junior high school, I knew I was ready to get a job. A real job, and that's when I went to get a job, and I did get a job, and it worked out just beautifully. And so, but to that time, I had a lot of energy. My husband and I had just interminable energy, so we could always. My husband was very active in civic affairs, and I was too. So I got through my husband's contacts. I got acquainted with a lot of people who were important, and so when they found a job, I knew exactly who to go to, who to try to get some help from, and so what happened was I got acquainted with the mayor at that time. And he liked what he thought I could do, and he was all for women working in his administration. And so he appointed me and I immediately went to work at the libraries, talking to everybody to find out everything I could about what I was supposed to do. It wasn't going to be just an appointment with some dummy that knew somebody. I wanted to be able to make some sort of an impact, and I did achieve that goal. So, in fact, I overachieved it, and after about 4 years or so, I was transferred to another board because I got to be too individualistic, but that was okay. That's what I was for. And I just found out that if you want to do things, you can do them. You might have to be a little different at times. I was able to make a sort of a statement about Jewish people a few times in this realm of civic affairs, and so I could put in I wanted to put in a little of my feelings, So anyway, it worked out nicely. Going to change that. I think it's what does a strong, powerful person mean to me. I don't divide it into women and men. I've never had that attitude. I'm a person. Here I am. I can do it for you. And if you don't hire me, you're going to be really sorry. And yeah. And so, if I have I had a husband when I finally got married who was brilliant. But I could do things that he couldn't do. And we could do things together that were just electric. So it's what you want, it's what your goals are. Not it's what sex you are, because you can really overcome those things. I never found a problem at all being a woman. I really didn't. Something that sort of guided me, really, through my career, and it always is. It's that having, and I think I've told this to Jake, that having a steel in a velvet glove, but it works for everybody. I mean, do you get things by screaming at people? No. You get things by getting in their psyche. And so, that's what women do. I mean, we are women, so we're going to act like women. I played baseball as a kid. I played football in the school playground, but no kid ever knew that I wasn't a girl or a woman. That was just, and when I went to college or went to high school or junior high school or whatever, the boys knew that I was definitely a girl. But I had a male psychology that if I wanted something, I was going to go after it. And that's it. Well, my life's philosophy, let's see, is, well, really, it's sort of a male philosophy, but it works for females. Roll with the punches. And so I believe that if you want something, you just try and go out and get it. If you don't get it, okay, now to do it, or try again. I mean, I never felt like I couldn't do something. I just felt and my parents gave me that psychology. My dad was all for, Joe, you want to play baseball? Go ahead and do it. My mom was all, honey, if you want to make the best cake, okay, we'll make a cake. And because my mother was very talented, she was very feminine, entertained beautifully, and had all the graces, really. And they are valuable. I mean, we are women. We want to be appealing as women. So I never go out and on Halloween I wore jeans. Probably the first woman to wear jeans from my dad's store. But other than that, I was always completely feminine. Also, I have one thing.
Yeah.
Luck plays a lot. Luck plays a lot. I've been so lucky with my family. I mean, I do have a wonderful family, and I think that it's made me just such a grateful person, because they came. My arms were open, and they came to my arms, and it was just, I mean, I feel so grateful that I have this family, and the opportunities. Now, I think that, and I know Jake is that way, I know you're that way, we have to think of people who have less than we do. We have to people. So I'm all for for not just thinking of ourselves all the time. So there are lots of things. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm disbelieving, to tell you the truth. It's hard to wrap myself around what's going on. I mean, to be 100 is really unusual.